what is the point of all of this? Why do I exist if all I do is be something and someone that I'm not? What is this life? If you are asking yourself those questions, it may be time to be honest with yourself. Hey, it's Yas. Welcome to the Divinely Guided Book Club. I'm in my car again, so it looks like these car videos are my thing for the time being. And to be honest, it's just easier when I have to go somewhere and I have to get dressed up. And I'm in a more neutral mood and mindset that I can get into the zone and do these recordings. I have been struggling to get into that zone when I'm at home and it's my work from home days. Well, I'm always working from home, but when I'm just at home and all I have to do is work, it's just been really difficult because I've been navigating really difficult decisions, really big changes in my business, and it has been so uncomfortable. I'm still new to being my own boss and running a business, and I suppose I'm not new to change. Change has been a constant throughout my entire life. It's a constant throughout everyone's life, but when the degree of uncertainty is much greater, the discomfort is also much greater. And so I'm just being open about the fact that it is just hard for me to show up for the work that I intended to do, that I have been doing for the last few months, the last year. And I was actually inspired to just be honest about where I'm at based on the book that I'm reading right now. So if you've been following my updates for this reading season of Being the Light, I mentioned that I was struggling to read the book that I planned to, which is Loving Yourself to Great Health. And I ended up reading other books, and one of those books are You Deserve Better by Anne-Marie, who is a singer and author as well. And I read a chapter about her career, and it was so incredible, not because of the way that she grew, that was incredible, of course, but just her being so honest about the difficulties that she experienced and the importance of having to be her true self and just own who she was and how she felt throughout the process. So Anne-Marie started off doing theater, if I recall, and from there these seemingly insignificant opportunities came up for her to share her voice and to sing, and that led to her meeting people in the music industry, where she eventually got a record deal. But she spoke about how when she was at like the early stages of getting her name out there and like getting people to buy into who she was actually taught, or she was coached to not come across as her true self, to not actually share where she was actually from, where she was born, because perhaps that area was not deemed worthy enough. She was also told to dress a certain way, to not dress the way that she normally does because it didn't look glamorous enough. And in the book, she spoke about how sick that made her feel, because she knew that like this is what she was dealing with. She needed to follow the rules of the game in order to progress, but it didn't feel good doing so because she couldn't actually be honest about who she was. And even when she did make it big and her music was at like the top of the charts across the world, because she wasn't in the best space mentally and emotionally, it actually meant nothing to her. She couldn't enjoy it. She couldn't like live in that state of blissfulness and gratitude for having gotten to where she had wanted to get to after so many years. She was just a hot mess. And so she put in a great deal of work to heal herself, to heal her mind and her emotions, and how she chose to act, the decisions that she makes to be authentic and to be honest, even if it makes her and other people feel uncomfortable. And that was just so inspiring, because I don't think that we do that enough. I don't think that we're honest enough about how we truly feel, and like whether we think that our behavior aligns with what it is that really matters to us. Of course, this doesn't apply to everyone. There are some truly authentic, inspirational, enlightened people out there, and they are paving the way for us by being that example. But in general, it's not what I see. And it's so strange. It's like I can actually pick up from other people who are appearing to be like, ooh, this is who I am, look at me. But without them saying anything, I can actually feel you're hurting. I can feel that you're in pain. Something is hurting you. And we don't have to spill our guts publicly. We don't have to do that. I tend to do it more often because that's just who I am, and it's what I feel called to do, so that we can normalize that, hey, life is difficult. Doing the things, although empowering, is difficult. It's not necessary to be so open and with absolutely everyone. And by the way, I'm not that open. Like, even though I am quite open, I don't share everything, and I don't share everything with everyone that I know. So I have come to learn that there are certain people, friendships and relationships, where it's not designed to hold that level of depth. The friendship was not formed on that type of bonding. And that is totally okay, because not every person that you know needs to hold that level of depth. But it is so important to venture out and explore these depths with someone, with one person. And if you can't find that friend or person in your life, outsource it. Go to a therapist. If you can, if you're not able to, speak to yourself. You can absolutely witness yourself. I've been doing it for years now. And you can write about how you're feeling. You can record how you're feeling and listen back to it, and just be present with yourself and what you're actually going through. And that is what I just want to leave you with this video, is ask yourself, have you been honest? Have you been honest about how you're truly feeling? And have you been honest about who you are? Are you coming across as who you truly are, or have you had to design yourself to be and look a certain way because that's what society expected of you? And how does that make you feel? Oh my word, I sound like a therapist right now, but like, it's a real question. Does it make you feel good to doll yourself up to be a certain way? Or is it making you feel sick? If you feel good, it's okay. Maybe you were actually meant to be that way, and that's just like you growing into who you're always meant to be. But if it makes you feel sick to your stomach, if it makes you wonder, what is the point of all of this? Why do I exist if all I do is be something and someone that I'm not? What is this life? If you're asking yourself those questions, it may be time to be honest with yourself and just be gentle with yourself for whatever comes up, because this question, like, how do you really feel? It's not intended to bring about miraculous results and change and solutions. That will come with time, but it's just the starting point. Being honest, authenticity, that truly is the starting point of everything, every great change, every great transformation. Just being truly honest. That is where it all begins. And so I hope that this creates a space of curiosity for you that serves you in more ways than you can imagine, in the most incredible and prosperous ways. And that's all I'm gonna say for today. It doesn't have to be this massive broadcast TED talk. Like I did mention, I'm not feeling my best right now, and I'm just gonna own that. And I'm gonna show up as best I can, as open and as honest as I feel called to be. And I hope that in doing that, it empowers you to do the same as well. So I'll see you again in another video. However I'm feeling, I will show up. And I wish you all the best. See you soon.